spirit of the game.
Go.
Action!
All right. Well, welcome everybody to Spectre Studios, the Streams of Sparrow D&D online game that we're running. I'm Benito Senensi. I'm the DM. These are the players around me. Start with my brother Rico.
The right name up here. I am Zhu Xiaorong. I'm a male variant human barbarian.
Lee.
Well, that's me next. Okay. It's in a different order on my screen. Apologies.
I think everybody has a different order on their screen.
Yep. So I am Lewanika Miller. I am playing the Warforged, the mighty shield bearer and spearman HK, Hephaestus Kenrick.
I'll go next. Jake playing the human wizard Alaron.
And our new mayor.
I'm Matthew. I'm playing the Celestial Warlock, the healer of the party, Alexi, combat medic.
And I'm John. I'm playing Spoke, who is a rogue assassin.
All right. And he is, just a recap, he is also the favor of the Laughing Mask. Another
Changeling is important, yeah.
They got their Batman Joker thing happening. All right, if you remember, we are in Greenwood, and there was a murder of the mayor, which of course I just mentioned, that Spoke and the group was basically able to discover. It was another changeling from the cult of the Night Garden. Apparently he got infatuated with Spoke because he is another changeling, and they are extremely rare on the Island Sparrow. So he decided he wants to play with Spoke at the expense of Spoke's friends. But he's not doing it here. He's tempted them that there is a dark ritual, something that they have learned about from the Dark Sun, somewhere that's beginning all around the world. And one of these leads goes to the pretty much illustrious and very forbidding port of Feng's Port, which is a city that is off to the west side of the Sparrow. So the party has understood that. They're planning on heading out. First, they're destabilizing things that happen in Greenwood. Sheriff Reggie, if we remember, kind of an incompetent halfling fighter who's kind of in control of the town guard. You guys asked to be the mayor. He absolutely had a mental breakdown and was unable to cope with that situation. So he handed it back. He's handed it to Alarian.
I did convince him at the end of the session to be the acting mayor.
Yes. So the town
it may have been slick talking, but he agreed.
Yes. So the town hasn't quite understood everything happening right now. There's still a lot of moving parts. You are the themed figurehead. You have placed Reggie in control when you guys leave. He seemed to be okay in handling that with the amount of 6 guards. There was also a little bit of talk of possibly finding some of your old friends that have been around the area that do some adventuring, but at this moment, you're not exactly sure where they are. So there's some planning to that point. You did, again, figure out from the Laughing Mask that Greenwood does hold some strategic points. So it may have some valuable assets to you to make sure that it stays relatively safe, and a point where you guys can retreat back to, maybe plan a little bit more and venture out, because it seems like it's in a center hub of things to upcoming for the plan of this archlich that you guys discovered, Dark Sun. So pretty much we leave you guys at the table at the bloated boar. You guys have gotten back, you've rested. The guard duties have been kind of placed around to make sure that there's no more trouble from the Laughing Mask. It doesn't seem like that's going to happen anyways. Spoke is pretty convinced that he's not going to return. He will meet you in Feng's Port to do whatever devilish thing that he's planning on tormenting you guys with. But that's where the lead goes. You do have a ranger that you found at the Warm Cloak. She can be nearby, which is Pepper, and you guys can use her to get there because she seems to know the way. And that pretty much leaves the rest into your guys' decisions of how you guys want to move forward. As you guys are getting your drinks, I will add a couple little flavor things to this. There are 3 types of ale and beer to choose from low, medium, and high, and also 2 wines at low and medium as well. So if those who want to just change their drinking to be a little bit more specific to their character, those are options as well. And you'll get those easy enough.
That tattoo shop.
That's something you guys are discussing at the
Who
table.
thought tattoos is a good idea?
I did.
It's an awful idea.
The guy that doesn't have skin.
Like, check this out. Like, spoke like here's my forehead, tattoo on it. Like, I can just make it happen. It doesn't matter.
Right, but if this tattoo is in a place that he is not aware of, that only we are aware of, then we have we avoid the probability of his coming into contact with us.
You
And that
guarantee that he never sees that tattoo ever being anybody ever in the world. Like, he could be anywhere, and you think he'll never see it on anybody.
Are you asking us to get tramp stamps? Not happening.
no, because everybody will see that aileron from you.
I gotta show off my thong somehow.
I think whispered passwords are much more secure.
I think the combination of the two.
Only when somebody remembers that there is a password and what that.
Well, I am very involved in this discussion. I'm not sneaking out in the middle of the night currently, so
I think a combination of the two would work. A small, inobtrusive, secretive tattoo
Maybe
that each of us would have, in conjunction with passwords. One could be used for quick identification. If there's any reason to think differently, then perhaps we do too.
I might have an idea. It's not going to happen overnight. I may be able to study and find some type of spell that could be like a hidden ink tattoo when in conjunction with the password spoken would then become visible. So it'd be
That's
like two-layer encryption.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
It would not be visible at all times, only when the whatever word we chose is spoken. I'd have to, develop this ink myself, but it might be something I'm capable of.
Well, whatever you need to procure, I will be happy to fetch it in order to do so, make it so.
Right. And I'm getting a nice wine.
I could agree to that more than a standard tattoo. My problem with the standard tattoo is that if somebody were to find out what that marking was, then we, in theory, have to get new markings. So we'll have to keep getting new tattoos. So the idea of one that is visible only for the moment when we're verifying, I could get behind more than just a standard permanent marking that once it's discovered is useless.
I mean, for me, all tattoos are temporary tattoos, so like it doesn't really matter to me.
A magic one might not, so be prepared. Unless you've already tried that.
No, one that's not visible.
That'd be kind of up to the DM how magical tattoo works, I feel like. I'm not sure.
The only question would be, can anybody make that tattoo visible, or would only... So, for instance, Lexi and I are off together, and we challenge each other and make sure that we're legit too. So,
yeah, I mean, this is... Yeah, I'd have to develop it, but it would... I guess the best way would be that, it would have some sort of way of knowing that we're speaking it. Definitely don't want it, though, so I have to be there, because then that would defeat half the purpose, and then you don't want anybody to just be able to say... It'd have to be a very specific word, because you don't want somebody to accidentally say avocado, and then your tattoo shows.
Right. What you're describing is almost like a command word for a magical item.
Rutabaga.
So saying the command word would cause the invisibility to dissipate for a moment, or for the ink to generate light or something for a moment. It sounds like a command word type of situation.
Yeah.
And that command word would be usable by anybody who knew how to use it.
Well, I mean, it's gonna have to be something I'll have to play with and see if I can can do it and what is going to be needed to do it. It's not something I could just sit here at the table and go, oh, voila, abracadabra, everybody's got it.
Come on, David Blaine, make it happen.
And you don't want me to just do that, because then you wouldn't even know what I made it look like until somebody smoked it.
Okay.
Drew could have a nice shape right along his cheek going towards his mouth. You never know what it's going to look like. Or right on his forehead. It's a dick.
Yeah, I got that.
Hey, what's worse?
Rico look confused.
Yes, Aileron,
Aileron, that's the question though. What's worse than waking up in the morning on your finding out it was
Waking up
traced?
on the actual.
Folks. Okay. So we need to drink up and discuss the plan. We know.
Yeah.
Know this guy is headed towards Feng's port. Know that the Drow are stuff.
Or at least
and
we were told. At least we don't definitely know that that's happening.
We were told.
This guy told Spoke. We don't know. He could have been full of shit.
By the very trustful, evil assassin trying to kill us. Yes, that's what we were told.
But we do know we were headed to Feng's port anyways, or attracted by the murder. So, question is, anything else here? Is there any other business to attend before we set off in that?
Probably should make sure the town's squared away. The sheriff guy agreed to be mayor. We probably should still check in with him. Like, at least let him know where we're going. And do we want to try to establish some kind of foothold here?
I think we need to get some of the other adventurers try to stick. I don't know if Pepper here did or do.
Well, it seemed like we needed her as a guide. Seems like we needed her as a guide too, for at the least.
You have a hard time leading the party in the right direction, so you guys found Pepper to help you with it.
Oh, thanks for that reminder, narrator.
Just past experience.
Are we going to go there over land, or are we going to try to use the tunnel system that we have a map for?
Well, there's no tunnel entrance in Greenwood.
Okay.
You just have an Underdark map. There's no bearing where it is.
Okay.
Well, the concern is the werewolves between here and Fengsport. We know, or we can pretty much assume we're going to encounter them in some manner if we go overland. That's why originally I asked for any potential underground routes. Of course, we don't know the dangers of the underground. They could be a lot worse than werewolves.
Yeah, and I also think the Underdark map led more into the Fey Woods than it did to Fengsport.
There's knowledge to be had in the Fey Woods.
I think a straightforward travel should be our best method. Let the defenses come from our front.
Okay. I mean, we also don't know if Pepper's ever gone there anyway other than overland. We have to ask her.
Well, whatever method she thinks is best, we should probably take that advice and just prepare to follow her lead in that regard.
Okay, so we need to go talk to her and make sure she knows a good way to get there and make preparations to leave.
Okay. So is that it? You guys are ready to break up and get some things done and then meet up again and head out?
I think so.
I believe so.
Pepper? Who's getting Pepper? Spoke? You assume you get the warm cloak? Okay.
Yeah.
Anybody going with him?
I will.
Okay. HK. All right. What is everybody else doing? Anyone getting supplies? Going to the general store? Anything you guys need from certain shops?
Well,
I have no more money to fund any kind of extensive preparation, so I'm ready to go as we are.
Okay.
I got all
You
the
ready?
supplies that I need.
Shoes ready?
I don't carry a whole lot, so rations.
Yes.
You know,
You
yeah,
already have your.
I'll ask the barkeep to, what type of food rations traveling, breads and turkeys type of thing.
Arcana +7.
Get 10 gold
Ooh.
pieces worth of food.
23. Or I guess I should have typed that to you.
Okay. It's all right.
Too much
Hold on.
going on.
I know I got a lot to do. So Rika, you're asking the barkeep for what extra food?
Yeah, just like, traveling food. So,
You need to go to DB's general store because they don't. The bloated boar doesn't really. I mean, they can give you some meat, but it's going to be fresh. So you got to, unless you have something to take care of it, it'll spoil for a long journey. So if you need rations, the general store is where to go.
all right, we'll hit up the general store then on the way out of town. I'll wait for everybody else.
Okay. So you're going to go to the general store. Aleski, you're hanging out at the bloated boar.
No, I'm staying at the bar until everybody's back. I'll stop in the.
Okay.
I don't want to break us up any more than. That's.
Okay. All right, Spoke and HK, you guys get to the warm cloak. It is as it usually is, warm day, but it's still got covers with shadow because of it's underneath a lot of trees. Pepper is having a meal. The rest of the staff are busy about, kind of like moving around the place, getting it all cleaned up and geared up for the rest of the day.
Hello, Pepper.
Greetings. How are you guys this morning?
Excellent. We came to see if you were ready to assist us in our journey westward.
Yes, I could be ready to go anytime.
Excellent. Whenever you're ready, please do not rush your breakfast.
Well, sit down. Well, do you sit down?
Often,
I can sit down for sure.
if the chairs are sturdy enough.
Spoke. Breakfast? Or have you eaten already?
Let's say I've eaten already.
Okay. The two of you, please give me a perception check.
Ooh, I got a brand new blue die. I'm so excited. Breaker in here.
You rolled a 1.
It wasn't good.
Okay.
I rolled a 9.
I sit down in the chair tenderly at first, recognize its sturdiness, and then relax.
Okay. All right. The server will come over and she goes, anything to drink?
Your best herb infused oil, please. Just a small bit.
We don't have wood.
Oh,
We have water. Or we have some type of beer.
Do you have any of that Mott's? It was really good.
Well, Mott's is the local beer here from the Mott's brothers. So yes, we have Mott's. That will be 5 copper as well.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, so she'll come over and bring over a Mott's. And you guys wait. Peppers eats. It's pretty quiet. She seems to be fine. And you guys, when she's done, you guys pay up and head back out. So now you guys are all, so you guys, after about a half hour, the boys come back with Pepper. Your eyes are all together, the bloated boar. General direction now is where? To DB's general store.
Okay.
Yeah, we should
Oleski.
head over to the general store to grab a
How
couple
are
of
you?
things.
Okay.
Is there any shop in town that I could get magical items or anything from? Any sort of component type of place?
I mean, not really a magical place. I mean, you can get herbs or alchemy stuff. There's those 2 shops.
So HK.
Yes.
Yes.
I
What
could
did you
stop at
ask me to ask you upon your return?
What my favorite tree was?
Aha. And then you would respond to me that it was ash.
Well, that was a unique way of doing it, but yes, you are correct. That is exactly what we talked about.
All right, cool. All right.
Let me ask you an identifying question and then tell you the answer. And then say good answer.
Well,
The
it had a
Jeopardy
Jeopardy.
method.
It was phrased in a Jeopardy sort of way. All right.
No, they may have tortured the answer out of him, but not necessarily the question.
900 IQ.
That is excellent thinking.
You get to DB's. There is a burly dwarf in there. He goes,
Send your message on chat.
"Oh, welcome, Mayor. Welcome.
Haha.
What
Good
may
to
I
see
get
you, my good man."
Sorry. was that out loud?
It was out loud. Yes, I heard it as well.
Yes. Everything for him is more expensive. Take my discount and add it to him.
As you wish, Mayor. As you wish."
I need a discount.
Jew, I'm your question. I'm not sure there's a really good answer to that. If we did go the most direct or most traveled route, obviously they're going to be watching those routes, knowing that trade or people will be traveling over them. But a less traveled route would bring us into territory that there may not be any resources, or may take us closer to an enemy's main camp as opposed to a lookout near the road.
Do you guys want to buy something?
I need rations for travel.
Yeah.
Turkey,
Pepper-
breads.
Is Pepper with us now?
Yes.
Pepper, how long do you anticipate the journey from here to Fengsport to be?
4 days without horses.
4 days? Okay, so buy provisions for 6.
Okay.
At the mayor's price.
Roll a persuasion, Jew.
I'll trade you a map of the mayor's house.
Hey, that's my house now.
It actually is your house now.
So we have a place to like make our headquarters here. We'll just take the mayor's house.
Only one of us is mayor.
19.
Yeah, well. Invite your friends over.
This may be true, but the mayor's security staff will remain in force.
I wasn't talking about you, HK.
I agree with HK.
You're gonna be there.
3 silver pieces for rations for 1 day for 1 person. So you multiply by that.
Okay,
We
so
only need
18. If we got 6 days worth, 18 each. I spent 5 gold so far, 5 silver and 1 gold, so I'm not too hurting for money. I've been
18 silver each?
Yeah.
Okay.
Anybody not have the funds for
I can put together those funds, but
I
I
can-
still have. I still have potentially 10 days of rations left currently. So
You have 10 days left, so you don't need any.
correct. Yes.
I'm gonna ask him. I don't suppose you know any place in town where I could secure the blood of any magical creatures for a little something I'm working on.
You could try over the alchemist shop, Happy Bubbles. Mel
Okay.
might sell stuff like that. I don't sell anything like that. Nobody cares for that here.
Yeah, well, I figured if anybody knew, though, you would know where I could go.
That's my job, Mayor.
All right, thanks for the help.
You're welcome, Mayor. See you again.
All right,
Good
take
journey.
care. Thank
All
you.
right.
We bid you good day, sir.
Okay. So you leave DB's. You going to the alchemist shop?
Yep.
Sure.
Mel will welcome you. Greetings, Mayor. What brings you to here?
Oh, I was wondering if I'm looking for something special for a little magic I'm working on, and I figured
You
that
need a hangover remedy?
well, if you have one, it never hurts to have one in the back pocket.
Hold on, Mayor. Hold on. He goes in there. He brings out 4 vials. 3 silver, Mayor.
You got that's a deal. That is a deal. This will come in handy.
Okay. Anything else you need?
Yeah, I was wondering, do you have any
Town is very enabling.
do you have any vials of the blood of a magical creature that I could use for something I'm working on?
Magical creature.
Yeah.
Hold on, Mayor. Hold on. Let me go dig around. He dig around for about a few. Comes back and goes, all right. This one was apparently from a fairy dragon, but I'm not sure. I bought it just in case.
Do you mind if I try to detect magic on it? Would you be insulted to
Nope.
see if it is magic?
No, sir. Go right ahead, Mayor.
All right, so I'll kind of wave my hand over and say Arcanicus and cast detect magic.
It has a light glow of green emanating from the vial.
Ah, wonderful. This is perfect. I'll take it.
Is it? It is?
It is. It is, yes.
10 gold, Mayor.
I'll hand her 10 gold.
All right, so you give Mel 10 gold. All right, y'all good?
Yep. I am good.
All right, so you guys leave. You leave Happy Bubbles, Mel's shop. You guys are in the center of town. Pepper asked, "Are we leaving, or is that it? Ready to go?"
I am prepared.
So let's let the sheriff know. Heading out and of how long we might be gone.
You'd already mentioned all this stuff to him before, so he's aware, and the guards are all preset. Did you want to give him a password too, in case you guys are not who you are or something, or he's trying to impersonate one of you guys?
Yes, we should do that.
Password.
Everybody
I hope you write that down. Yeah.
Everybody says that to him. We need something more unique.
Then come up with something.
When the sun sets, put mangoes in your breastplate.
Better write that down. Bizarre, but I guess it'll work.
Reggie goes, "You guys are awfully weird, sir. Well, I'll try to remember that password." All right. So you guys head out?
I'll tell everybody that the the blood that I got is is the component I need to make the ink. I don't know how long it'll take me to whip it up, but I'm certainly not going to be able to do it while, you know, I'm in a fight or trying to walk to Fengport. I don't know if we want to get some time to try to whip this bad boy up or worry about it later.
It's something you're gonna have to work. You're working on. It's not gonna happen anytime soon.
Okay. All right. So.
Do it in
Well,
breaks.
All right.
Yeah,
so
right.
I'm
It's a
working on it,
project,
guys.
It's your new hobby that you're working on.
Okay.
All right. So you guys are out on the road.
Yeah.
Time is going to travel. So I need everyone to give me what I just asked for in the chat. And then we will narrate some more.
Oh, nat 20, boy. Which means that when it comes to combat,
15.
I'm going to roll a horrible one. So minus
15
23 in total.
Cool.
Blue die, John.
Thank you, Lee. Thank you for giving me narrative.
it is always my pleasure. Protect the party and fuel the DM. That's what I do.
I got half of Jake's roll. The first
Half
half.
of
I got
Jake's
2.
Well, at least you doubled
The
me, Matt.
first half.
At least you doubled me.
Nice. Nice.
16.
16. Okay.
Real quick, the book that I got several sessions ago, the Book of Exercise, it gives +2.
Oh, yes, you have read that. So now it is inert. It won't work for anybody else. But now you have it applied to your abilities. All right, 2 days in, you guys are on the trail. Pepper seems to be a wonderful guide. She really is a skilled ranger. Everything that Jew would have you guys walking around for a long time before you actually made any real progress. Pepper is just, you guys are making distance. You guys feel like you are moving in a course. She finds paths that are easy to travel. She's avoiding a lot of any tangle bushes or anything like that. That's difficult. She seems to have known this area for quite a while, and she's really smooth at moving about. And
So this is what it feels like.
I don't know if Jew just lowered our expectations so much, but Pepper, you are a breath of fresh air.
Jew, I have to tell you, many of our travels, I would have had that muck right there in my knee joints by now. In my knee joints. That's almost as tall as Alexi.
And then stepped in it again.
It's funny.
4 hours later.
I forgot to mention this. I got something for everybody while I was at the general store. Oh, look at that right there. There it is.
Pepper goes, okay, thanks, guys. I know I'm the only woman with you right now, but we can basically leave the flattery until I get you to where you guys need to be.
Oh, I do not flatter you. I simply speak truthfully. You have not walked the path that causes muck to be in my knee joints.
Yes. However, on the second night in the camping session, I'm going to get a couple of people here.
Take that knife out of my back there. There it is.
Yes.
No, I'll take that off your hands. Because we know where that's going.
Don't ask me to freaking guide us anywhere ever.
Oh, he's bitter.
You, my friend, guide us into battle.
You know what?
You can guide us into battle.
Yeah.
You're not the only one in this group that has taken guff for not being able to find the direction. John's had a character in Strahd that we called Wrong Way because he got lost so many times.
It was real bad.
So our ranger that we called Wrong Way because he could not find where he was going.
At least I'm not a ranger. So.
Yeah, it's not generally your real job. You just happen to be the only one that was close enough to the old job. So Pepper now has a way to fit in. All right. At the end of the night, pretty much as you guys are kind of resting, having your watches, 2 individuals are going to be feeling a little bit different than the rest of you guys. So you guys can play with that for a second. Anybody else want to feeling different?
Spoke. I feel like different people all the time.
That was pretty creepy.
Spoke.
All right.
Where? Where? Over there. You want to wake him up?
I'm already awake.
Guys okay?
Do you see it?
Yeah, let's say that I do.
Guys okay?
I'm gonna walk over towards it.
Okay.
I'm gonna stand my
Where-
guard and pull out bow and arrow then if he's walking
Okay.
towards it.
Wait,
Where's
what are
where's
you
the big
guys
fella
looking
going?
at? What are we? Why are we? All right, I'm drawing weapon.
Shield,
Pepper,
shield
Pepper will
out.
draw the bow.
I'm probing the brush with the spear.
Okay. He's. What do you? Pepper will ask what you're doing. Apparently, others are asking as well.
There's something over there.
In the bush?
Be at the ready.
Yeah, it's probably a raccoon.
I'll stab at it blindly.
Raccoons
Roll a
wear
disadvantage.
masks.
Roll a disadvantage, HK.
I'm gonna look over at Jew and go, what the hell's wrong with this guy?
Not
Can
natural.
I ask you the same?
Did you roll? Natural one?
No, 20 non-natural.
At disadvantage?
Yes. It
Wow,
would have
okay.
been a natural 20 if it was just the one roll. But
What
All right,
dice do you guys use, and how do I get some?
You don't know
Put
how
'em
to-
in. I swear to God.
I
it's
think
feast or famine. I've rolled a couple bad ones already. So
Yeah.
Drunk
I had a
Eating
whole
Potato
session
Rolls
where
at
I could-
20.
He's actually role playing the bad one right now. You're convinced that if it was there, you hit it, he may be wounded.
I think I got it. I'm gonna
I think-
bring back the spear and try to smell the tip to see if I can get a whiff of its blood.
I
You
think
can't
what you
smell.
have is rust on the brain. This is not good.
There's nothing on your spear, and you cannot smell anyways.
HK?
I don't know where it went.
Poke?
I thought I had it.
What is he doing?
If I tell you
need-
there was a threat, you need to trust me. There was a threat.
Do you need to go into your rest cycle or something?
He has been up for a while.
Maybe,
Yeah, you need to.
So maybe.
but
shut
I think
down
there
for-
was a threat.
Okay, well, we will be on guard for the threat. Take care
gonna
of your
go-
rest cycle so you're good to go when we do need you.
I will
Yeah.
search the area he was.
Roll survival, please. Yep.
21.
There's nothing been out there, but you maybe find tracks to maybe a raccoon, but there was no footprints out here at all.
Ah, a trash panda.
Trash Panda, nothing else. Thanks for something that might steal our ration. Appreciate it.
Yes, thank you.
I'm
Now
not
take
the-
your rest.
I'm not the one that needs to eat. I told you I would protect this party from all threats, all of them, even the pangs of your hungers.
I think one of our biggest threats would be you stop shutting down when we really need you. So why don't you go ahead and take your
Get your rest.
shutdown cycle? So you're good to
Cool.
go.
I
Yeah.
will.
Time to deactivate. All right.
Beep boop, beep boop boop.
Okay. A few nights. You'll get through this night. Obviously, you guys will start to settle that. You guys are going through the trails pretty well. You're starting to believe that the Laughing Mask is not following a couple of you. There are no.
Would never believe that.
Some may not. Some have had difficulty with that. So your
He's
sleep
out
has-
there. I can feel him.
Yeah, Alesky's still nervous, sweating a little
Car
bit.
in your back.
I haven't seen him, but I can feel him. It's that itch.
Alesky might be going through
Don't
PTSD.
pick, don't pick the scab.
He's watching. He's
Aaron
watching.
has
you
an
sleep.
ointment for that.
All right.
The itch.
Why? It burns when you pee?
All right. After a few more
Then yes,
days,
I do.
you guys will come up to this.
Uh-oh.
You are you'll see that arrow. This is not that city, but there's that little arrow right there that says the north. You guys are going to be right there coming in from that point from the south.
Feng's Port.
This is Feng's Port.
Okay.
So you guys are about an hour from the gate to that south gate.
Approach quietly.
Well, a city this size, we're not sneaking up on the gate. There's going to be guards around the gate.
There is traffic going into the city. It's not. I mean,
It's
there's a few people coming
more
in
just
and out.
blending into the crowd.
Yeah.
I can
so
walk. I
we'll
can
just
walk
need to
in
find
through
a
the
group.
river.
No, we don't want to split up.
Okay. Just be aware, I don't breathe air as you do. So, for me, walking on the riverbed, I can walk into locations completely unseen.
Yeah, but
all
we
I think
can't, and we don't want to split up.
all I think of is the old cartoon Incredible Hulk, where he's walking on the bottom of the ocean.
That would be an accurate depiction.
Just like that.
Puny Banner doesn't know how to walk on the water.
All right. So, what would you guys like to do? How do you want to go approach this? You just gonna walk up to the gates, or you want to wait till late at night and try to sneak in?
What do we know about this fort as far as the normal occupants? Obviously, we know the lore of potential drow and werewolves running. What's supposed to be
It
normally? Is it fort?
it is a city of everything. It is a destination for vile scum and villainy.
I knew you were going to say, you didn't have to say scum and villainy.
He kind of did.
So-
he kind of did.
He could have
Ragtag
taken the high
group like
road.
us is not going to be out of place.
Nope.
Speak for yourself. I am neither rag nor tag.
Hey
Yeah,
there.
so we might have.
Actually, how about this? Everyone, give me a history check, and if we'll see if anyone actually picked up any more inside information from your
Do a
time
part of
in
the
England.
history.
I'm going to start
And knowing about
nicknaming HK Draft.
I have 16 on
16.
history.
from
A
Valerian.
5. I have to ask about this place. I know nothing.
You know nothing. Well, you are from the east.
For some reason, I have +7 history.
Nice.
It's
You're a student.
I know my history,
You do. You're a student.
Very well studied.
and yet
so,
I'm still doomed to repeat it.
so as expected, my last roll was feast. So this roll happens to be famine.
Yep.
What you
Yeah,
got?
I rolled a 7.
7? No, nothing from spoke.
Yeah.
Oleski?
Oh, just a 6. I know there's nothing there.
Okay. So Alarian.
Let me
Supposedly,
put on my scholar hat.
supposedly Feng's Port is a destination for, like I said, all things villainous in terms of a lot of people come there. It's more noticed as a pirate's port, but it's not uncommon. You've heard like a lot of thieves guilds kind of go in there. It's very exotic. It's very exaggerated. There's a government in place there, but it seems shady in its what you've heard from some spot details from when you were growing up, since you were part of the west coast of the west side of this island. And but it's dangerous. Like this is a dangerous vibe. This is where saying something wrong to somebody, wearing something improperly, crossing the wrong territory, possibly staying out late at night. These are things that tend to get citizens of the island to wander in here. Bad things happen, not just death. There's many other things. Slavery is popular here, but a lot of the things that you may be looking for your tattoo definitely could be found here.
So, looking around at our party, then, do I recognize any garb that we're wearing that might be offensive to certain groups in here?
No, because you're just a mercenary company. Oleski is Apollo, which is not. I mean, he's too popular to be shunned. I mean, there's still a lot of the common folks to do that. Spoke and Jew are just
Dudes.
either common spectrum of what they're for. Soldier, rogue,
Yeah.
yourself as a mage. That's not really different. HK might be the only discerning being because he is so far from the east, from his origination and what his design was. But it is, again, it's more of an uncommon. He may draw you unwanted attention unless you do something about him. But it doesn't necessarily mean it doesn't necessarily mean he's trouble. He doesn't actually label himself as such. He is an oddity of being what he is. That's all. And Pepper is the ranger, so she's also as good as well.
I can talk meanly and make it seem like you captured me and changed what I originally did.
I don't think we need you to act like we captured you.
Yeah, you're right. Nobody will believe that.
You could put your tents, over
when I'm
him.
hiding behind you,
Put
it's
him.
hard to make people believe that I captured you.
What you could do is use your tents to cover him, and then people will know he's big, but they don't know exactly what type of big he is. So again, that would be more common.
If he's under enough cloaks, he could look like a big half orc or something, or who knows what. Yeah,
half ogre, a bugbear, gnoll. These things are possibly in the places in here. Goliath. He could be one of those.
I do wear plate armor, which is infused with my body. So outside of my face, I would probably look like I'm just well armored. So if I put a big cloak on, kept it buttoned up, kept the hood down, that should be fine.
Yes. So you're gonna do that,
and we're just a group of people coming to a city. I doubt anybody here is looking for us specifically. Yeah. Obviously, the Laughing Mask has us in his sights already, but where he kind of is directing us towards this ritual, I doubt he's going to let the people at the ritual know we're coming. Otherwise, he would just get in trouble.
I think going into the city, just flowing, just trying to slip into and blend into the flow of traffic going through the gate would be better than trying to sneak in at night. Because if we get caught at night, and I'm sure we're not all stealthy, myself included, they know we're up to no good. If we just slip into the flow of traffic going into the city, we're just another group of people going in.
Yeah.
And all we have to do is say we're here looking for work. I mean,
yeah, we're a mercenary band. It's not hard to believe.
I'll take, in addition, I'll just take gear, like load me up with extra gear, not enough where I'm encumbered per se, but make it look like I'm more of the pack mule for the party kind of thing. And if you all regard me poorly, thank you, Jew. If you all regard me poorly, then that will help sell the vision.
I think before we head into town, I might change form too.
Okay.
Just because fucking Laughing Mask there knows this persona in particular. So, and maybe I'll go like a half orc persona. So there's another like big guy, so HK doesn't stand out quite as much.
Okay. So you're gonna half orc?
Yep.
All right.
So you're gonna put on Thursday. Okay.
Yeah. My Thursday underwear.
All right.
The Twin Towers.
Okay. So you do that. And everybody all set? You guys gonna go right to the gate now? Is that a yes?
Yep.
Yeah.
Everybody roll a performance check because you guys are gonna try to act like regular people. It's kind of on you guys' radar.
I'm gonna drag my left foot as though I have a limp.
Okay. Drew, thank you.
I can completely act normal. That's a 20.
20. Nice, Oleski.
Just a normal guy here. Nobody sees anything.
Okay. Spoke, you have advantage. So please, you can roll again.
Just your everyday magnificent wizard strolling through the.
That gives me 16.
Okay. You guys are going through. You guys feel like you're going pretty well.
I walk between the two of them.
Looking, he's humming a little bit. He's definitely a little nervous about this lying thing, which is odd. Apparently, he can do well with women, but he just can't do it when it comes with the law.
That's because as a mayor myself, it feels weird.
As a law official myself.
As soon as they become politicians, they're in. I tell you
That
what.
didn't take long at all.
I know, right?
The
He hasn't
guards
even
that you
got his
see-
first handout yet. His first bribe isn't even wet, and he's already a politician.
Okay.
Hey.
Yeah,
The
welcome to
guards
the
that are
city, sir.
posted
No one
here
has anything to declare.
Sometimes
are,
you want to.
Oh, yeah. All right. Basically, as you guys are coming in, guards that are posted here are basically disinterested. They are letting anyone walk through. They don't seem to care or mind. What you basically can determine is they're probably more interested in if something was like coming in as an army, not anyone who's just coming in as merchants or whatever like that. Apparently, the doors are going back and forth. There's a few people. There's not a lot. People do look at Alarian because he's kind of whistling kind of weirdly to a tune probably they've never heard of, but they don't.
Or
seem to
they're
look
like,
at it.
it's him. It's the mayor of Greenwood. He's here. He's here.
No, you're not that well known. In your head, you're probably thinking that, but they seem to have no care at all. You guys
Where's
will,
the red carpet?
You guys will go through the gate. There is a shop right off to your right. It is called the Druid Circle, and then it basically you can go right into go into more of the town. What do you guys want to do? The city.
Well, shouldn't go directly to like the nearest bar. That would be probably somewhere else. We kind of link towards.
What time of day is it, Ben?
You guys got there about 10 o'clock, 10:30ish, about 10:30 in the morning.
Did you say
the
this?
get the gates?
Did you say the shop is called the Druid Circle?
Yes, that's the first real shop that you see as you walked into that south gate.
And maybe we should go in and just chit chat with the shopkeeper. And,
First shop is likely to be the spot where their spies are. It's too easy.
Agree.
We should see if we can locate where other mercenary companies are in the city. Getting tied in with those, there might be a hiring hall or.
You said you didn't want to go to the first bar. That's where they're going to be.
There's likely a place in the city where mercenaries post work or look for work that are being posted. There's probably places for mercenaries to bunkhouse or something. The mercenaries are not going to be going to bars to live. They're going to be staying in bunkhouses or hostels or things that are a little more permanent.
I might also add there are two entrances to the city by road, and then there is it's kind of entered up in the center. So there are places that ships can come in and dock. So there is also sea entrances. So although that's one of the first shops that you enter in, there are numerous ways to get in the city without.
I think more of the bad guy, if you will, presence is going to be by those docks, because didn't we already find out that the allure of Feng's Port and why it's important is because of its prominence as a shipping port for
pirates, yes,
for this whole area, so that way they can ship provisions back and forth, troops back and forth, and kind of help them hold the area.
Yeah, it's a pirate's haven.
Yeah, so like that's where we're going to find a larger concentration of the bad guys. I don't know what's exactly is your thoughts on the purpose of going to search out the mercenaries. I mean, we're not really looking for work. Are you just looking to blend in with them?
We're not looking for work, but we might need help.
Well, and if we're saying we're a mercenary company, which we are, we should be acting like a mercenary company.
I think it's a good way to get a lay of the land, what jobs are out there. We'll get to at least know the names of players. Likely, some of the people hiring are some of the people we need to be worried about and concerned with.
And Spoke, where are we supposed to be going, at least area-wise? Do we have an address or something to track down?
I'm working on that right now.
The laughing masks didn't give you the exact address of the ritual. Bullshit.
What kind of evil person doesn't explain the entire plan?
You didn't.
As we're like walking around the city, like I'm looking at like walls and like behind things. It looks like I'm kind of like maybe looking for something.
For some markings of a guild or some sort.
Yeah, I am seeing some guild markings. It looks like they're old ones. But I'm
The
I like
infamous
point out a few.
Lollipops Guild.
I pointed out like a few of these like guild markings that I see.
Okay.
Ooh, so we're getting like you're teaching us. Like, see
Well,
this right
thieves
here?
can't. Ooh.
I like
Okay.
it. Teach away. We're all gonna know it by the end of this.
Yeah. So like, yeah, as I point them out, they're like older. They don't like they looks like nobody's gone over them in a while. But they are on several buildings.
Does that indicate those buildings are owned or by the guild, or does that indicate a direction of travel we should be following?
I'm just pointing out where you'd want to go to interact with them.
These are pretty faded. Most of them are usually markings for the building is in operation. But what Spoke can determine is these ones are no longer in operation. But what you can determine is probably several guilds. What he's figuring out is several guilds are common in the city because it's a city, not a town. So there could possibly be 3 to more guilds that are operating. Remember, you guys are also in the outer parts of the gate, so unless something's really relevant, it may be more difficult to spot something more fresh.
So we're gonna run into a gangs of Feng Fort situation here. There's multiples marking everything.
Depending where you guys are. Right now, you guys are in the front south gate. You're about a few buildings in that area. You haven't really gone into the center of the city at all.
If I hear bottles clink and someone says, Aileron, come out and play, I'm out of here. Back to Greenwood. Back to living my quiet life in Greenwood.
That'll probably happen.
I'm going to eat apple pie with Reggie and living the quiet life in Greenwood.
Good. All right. So what are you guys doing? You guys are standing around. You found some markings. Pepper has not been inside the city at all. She just knows of it. So
Okay.
Time of day?
It was 10:30 when we came in.
a.m.
It's weird not having a halfling in the party that's looking for lunch. I'm used to that.
What would you like to do? Find a tavern?
Find lunch.
Find lunch?
I guess we're going for a tavern to try to.
Oh, we can see if we can get directions from somebody to some sort of mercenary job board.
All right.
We don't really have a map of this place, right?
What's that?
Do we have a map of this place at all?
I believe so. HK bought a lot of maps. I don't know if he's.
I was gonna say, didn't you guys buy all the maps?
Yeah, there's so many they can't even keep track of them.
We bought a lot of maps. I actually don't think there was a map of this city specifically, though.
Okay.
Not specifically of the city. I think I've got a general map, an underground map.
Maybe is there a visitor center that has maps?
The Chamber of Commerce we could talk to.
Yeah.
Oh.
I think we all got muted there for a second.
Yeah, he's still muted too.
Yeah, Ben,
Ben,
you're muted.
You're muted,
Everybody.
Oh,
including yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah, you muted your phone, not.
You did it again.
There we go.
Hey.
Maybe.
No.
Nope, Ben, you're still muted. The DM is muted. We win! Yay!
I'm DM now.
We found
I can
found the
read lips.
ritual.
We found a treasure.
We foiled
Guys, there's
the
this,
ritual.
there's this thieves' kit that leads directly to Drow's secret hideout. Let's go there.
All right. I got
That's a
it.
big sign.
And we
Okay.
welcome back. We already figured it all out, foiled the plan, and we're retiring with a large treasure.
My audio wasn't out. I saw all that. I'm sorry. Okay, so quiet now. All right, you guys are walking through. As you guys come up, there's a bit of an opening right there, and right straight across is a large bridge that goes into like the center island, which looks like it's walled up. There's a huge, like more like castle type small keep. It's not a fortress or a big castle, but it's more like a small keep. Out to that. There's several buildings onto that, plus the island with a lot of other commerce going in. There's big roads that lead to the left and to the right. But as you walk by, you will walk by apparently a brewery place called the Feng Brewery. That was to your building right to your left. A little bit more farther to the left, there is
Here, Jake.
you'll see the Fengsport General. That's there. And a little bit more off to the right, you'll see the Fengsport Tavern. So some original thinking business owners on that point there. So those are label places. The other places look like homes or other things kind of going on, or nothing directly involving particularly much interest. What would you guys like to do from those descriptions of things that you see?
Does the tavern look as though there would be inn or rooms there?
It does have it does have a second story, so it does have it has rooms.
Okay, so it would be a good idea at this point to probably secure rooms for at least tonight before we start going off and doing other things, because then we'll end up stuck with no place to stay.
All right, so you're gonna go there, the Fengsport Tavern?
Certainly.
Yep. All right, I will give ourselves a little timeout so Rico can break the video up.